Welcome everyone to this manifestation audio. It's going to be an audio where I speak and I express my thoughts on various different subjects and topics and questions that people usually have about manifestation so that you can become aware of certain things that you're doing, certain things that are contributing to what you're manifesting and your manifestation experience as well. So, today we're going to talk about attention. I want to talk about specifically attention being your currency. Your attention is your currency, it is what you are actually using and investing into every single little thing that exists. So, I want you to stop thinking about manifestation for a second. Manifestation is going to come after. We're going to address that after. But if you look at your phone, your social media, you being on social media, or in general, when you're walking somewhere, when you're just being in nature, when you're driving somewhere, because not everyone likes to walk. Anywhere and everywhere you go, including television, computers, your phone, social media, outside, inside, anywhere you go, there's advertisements, there's posts being made, and they're made to be even more beautiful, more appeasing, more appealing to various different people, various different groups of people, various different tastes, and using specific tactics so that those advertisements and those posts reach the right people and they catch the attention of people. For example, what I've been noticing recently for is that I follow Dunkin' Donuts on social media because I just get coffee from Dunkin' Donuts all the time. So I follow them, and you know, their ads and their posts, which of course it is advertisement, like when it's a business or a company, whatever they put on social media is to gain traction, to gain, popularity, to gain attention, for people to look at what they have to offer and to create specific emotions, create a specific level of um, being able to relate to the content that's being posted. And since times are changing, even the posts that are on social media as ads or as publicity, they're they've changed. They are all funny, they're with memes, they have a specific language, they look a specific way, like they add emojis to the cups, they make them look a specific way, they make memes out of the coffee and the product that they sell, because memes are funny and everyone likes memes. Nowadays they're very popular. And not only that, they make them look pretty, relatable. People can relate and resonate with those messages, or they simply like them. It's shareable. It can be talked about with other people. It can be, become a conversation, so on and so forth. Some of them have gotten a little bit cringe, right? When you just like, I saw the people post on Reddit about what's it called, like an ad that they saw for Dunkin' Donuts, and it was like a bunch of letters, which is old. Like we used to do this shit a long time ago, like in 2010, 2012. And it was a bunch of letters, typed out, caps, non caps. um and there's like, sorry, my toddler got a hold of my phone and posted this, check out that. you know it's like, it's kind of cringe, but to some people it does. Everyone that's seen that is like, oh yeah, it did catch my attention. So everything and anything right now is made to catch your attention, right? And it works, because if it didn't work, nobody would be doing it. You see it everywhere. There is a bunch of information being thrown at you all the time that may or may not influence whether you do a certain thing, you buy a certain thing, you know, you continue on engaging with certain content, or even, for example, like let's say that you go search on Google something and then you see an advertisement for it on Facebook. It's like these apps are tracked in a sense that that's how their servers relay the information. It's like, oh, this person is interested in thing, let's just do these ads for them so they can buy the product. You know, there's various different tricks and schemes, but they get your attention. It's like, oh my god, I just Googled this, how do they know? Your attention is the currency. Everyone wants your attention. Every single brand, every single person that's on social media posting stuff, they all want your attention for their own various different reasons. Some people would just want to teach you, and they get your attention through what they teach, depending on what you're interested in, of course. You know, there's sometimes certain specific content is made for intrinsic motivation. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it's fine, whatever. So it's not always to catch your attention, but it's still, you still are the one who chooses what you invest your attention in, what you spend your attention on. It's based on specific patterns within yourself, specific desires. You're looking for something, you want to find out more information about something, you're interested in a specific subject, you're interested in a specific brand, you're interested in a specific, you know, type of coffee, a specific type of content. You know what I'm saying? Is like, even that, there's some people that are genuine, some people don't really, you know, want to be um sneaky and there's a specific word that I'm looking for, but I can't really think of it right now. Oh, deceiving. They don't want to deceive you or be deceitful when with their content and the content they post. They generally, you know, want people to learn what they know. They just post it and they don't give a shit about whether or not anyone pays attention, because they're good. You know, they're just sharing with you what they know, just like I'm doing this with my knowledge. I would hope that you're listening to me, but if you're here and you stopped, you're investing your attention into this content right now. You are paying attention. You're listening to this. And where I was going with this is the fact that manifestation works the same way. And how does it work the same way? Not only what you focus on, you're going to get the more of and reinforce in your reality, but it's also your 3D reality and your ego mind and everything else, your old self, basically, the self that you've said you are not anymore, is going to be the deceitful person that's trying to get your attention in any way that it can. And it adapts, it changes, it transforms its tactics based on what it knows that works with you specifically. It is you. It knows exactly how to get your attention back into, you know, onto the old version of self. It knows exactly how to do that. It knows exactly um which things to use at what specific times. It is you. You cannot run from yourself, and you cannot trick yourself. You cannot, you know, say, oh no, that didn't happen, you're not going to get me. And if you don't mean it for real and decide that that's not true for you anymore, and you have to decide over and over and over again, because you know, if you don't do that, you're going to get tricked and be deceived by the appearances. Because the physical reality, it's, I'm not going to say that it's 100% delayed, because it's up to you what your physical reality means to you. You are not of the world, you are in it. But your physical reality is is whatever it means to you. If you think that it takes time for things to materialize or for things to change, okay, that's what's going to apply. If you think that you can, that the physical reality is a complete extension of you that you have full control over at any point in time, and then changes happen instantly, that's what's going to happen. If you just don't care for the 3D at all because it's not the real reality and it cannot validate you, that's true for you. So like, it depends on which point of view you have about your physical reality. But regardless of that, um Your physical reality is going to try to get to you. And it's not even the physical reality, it's your ego, your old self that's showing up in the physical because, you know, the way that you've grown up, the way that we've all grew up is grown up is the physical is the real reality. Imagination is just fantasy. It's not real. It's make fucking belief. And you shouldn't listen to imagination, come back to earth, all the other shit, right? So there's so many phrases. We've all been taught to focus on the physical reality and just accept things for what they are. It's like everything that we're doing manifestation wise, it's the complete opposite of what we've been taught. And so it's difficult, especially in the beginning. Like, some people might find it difficult to not believe that anymore. And it may take some time, but regardless of that, your physical reality needs to be not necessarily ignored, but like disregarded because you understand what it is. You understand what it's showing you. You understand where everything that you're seeing is coming from. Like, it doesn't matter what happens. It could be like nothing even happening. Sometimes that's what gets to people. Nothing even happening, nothing changing, nothing working. It doesn't matter what you see. You have a very limited perspective on your on what's out there. You cannot see everything all at once. You cannot um physically process everything that's out there. Even your vision is limited. You know that there's something behind you because you've seen it multiple times, so your mind fills in the blanks for what may be behind you, but you can't see it with your eyes though. That's just still an imaginal filling in though, but it's because you've repeated it. You've entered that room multiple times. You've been around this. It's familiar to you. You already know what it looks like. It's very easy for your mind to say, oh, you're sitting on the couch, then that means that the top of the couch is behind you, even if you can't see it. It just fills in the information for you, but that doesn't mean that you have a whole view of things, right? You don't have the whole view of things. Your physical senses and the five senses, they're very limited in what they can perceive. So you never really have the full picture of what you're seeing in the 3D reality, even though you think you might, because it's an illusion. Your brain, your ego is filling in the information for you based on what information it has had from before, based on prediction, based on what you've experienced before, how you reacted before, what happened before, how this person responds to certain things. So it's like it fills in information for you before you can even catch up to it and understand what's happening, that it's not the absolute truth. It's not what's happening right now. It's just the ego, your mind, is filling in that information for you. So when you think you have the full picture, you don't. So that makes your five senses very unreliable. And and because of that, you notice how I said that it all happens up here in your mind. I know you can't see me, but I'm pointing to my head. It all happens up here in your mind where information is being filled in. That what happens in your mind, you have control over. Absolute, complete control. You may not feel like it because these programs are so beautifully designed to be able to automatically run and happen and run smoothly and create and generate a specific outcome, that specific filling in of gap information. um it's perfectly created that way. You've trained it time after time after time after time, through your responses, through what you've seen, through your own existence. You've trained it in a specific way, which means that you can train it in a different way. And there comes the question of, how the hell do I do that? Well, you already know because you've done it your whole life. You don't need any manifestation expert or any manifestation person to tell you how to do it. You just need to sit the fuck down for a few minutes, ask yourself how you've been creating this your whole life. The answers are going to come. You will get the answer. All that you're seeing in the 3D is not above you, including manifestation videos, including people talking about manifestation, including people, you know, explaining reality to you. Like, I enjoy Eric's videos a lot. I like what he says. I like his view on it. And, in his reality, he affirms that nobody does it better than him. And he's the best, and everyone is understanding what he's doing. And I'm not bashing him, absolutely not. But I'm just saying, even him, like, people listen to him because he's different than other people and what have others have experienced, and they had success with what he's teaching, because like his information is really fucking good. Like, I love that. But he's not above you. He's not above your understanding of reality. He is not your God. You are your own God. So, including me, like, okay, I'm giving you the information. I'm probably facilitating your understanding and you're coming back to yourself, but that doesn't mean that I should be put on a pedestal. Don't ever put me or anyone else on the pedestal except for you. Okay. Let's just go back. So, you have all the information already. You just don't trust yourself. You don't trust yourself because this is an unpredictable and different zone and different way of perceiving reality. Your brain is already, and your mind is already suspicious of what the hell you're doing. First of all, because you're challenging all the fucking programs. It's like, let's say that you're at work and your boss asked you to do something. You do that specific thing and you put so much effort. You spent weeks doing that project, in this case years, but like you've invested a lot of time. You showed up time after time after time after time, perfecting a specific program, perfecting a specific project, and then your boss comes in at some point and it tells you, you know what, no, we're gonna do something different. I need you to redo it, reinstall, modify those things, modify those processes, change them, do them like this, like that. It's like you're gonna be like, what the fuck, man? I'm just like, yeah, like, oh, are you is you good? Why are we doing this? It's, you're going to freak out, you're going to feel frustrated, you're going to say fuck this, like what in the actual shit. And you're going to probably want to find out more information about why all of a sudden the fucking project that you've worked for years and years or weeks or months is getting scrapped and we have to start a new one. What's wrong with the one that you already did? And even when they do give you the answers, you may feel the need to advocate for yourself. But I've worked this much time into this. Like, are you sure that you want to do this? Are you sure that you want to completely scrap it and start again? Like, are you sure you're going to, question it, even if you don't challenge your boss directly, you're going to question it. Your ego mind is doing the exact same thing. Yes, you are in charge. Yes, you're telling it, no, bitch, we're going to do something differently. But your ego mind's like, what? We've built this for so long and it's fucking worked perfectly. It got you through life. It kept you safe. You are more suspicious of people. You don't open your heart as freely. You don't you're not hurt. You are, scraping by because of the survival mechanisms. You're working harder. You're trying to find solutions. You're always looking for more jobs. You're always looking for ways to make money. And you've been fine so far. Even if it's not like actual fulfillment in specific cases, you're still fine though, are you not? Like, the project is working fine if you're still here. And I did a good job. I worked so hard to make this project and create all these mechanisms and systems to be able to be efficient and help you out. And now you're like, what? You want to scrape the whole thing? Of course it's going to challenge you. Of course it's going to keep on showing you little fragments and figments of your imagination of the project that you've done before, whether it's in your mind, your stories that you're creating, the images that you're seeing, everything that's getting filled in your mind that you don't see out there, that's getting filtered and shown to you based on old data that was inserted into your mind, or whether it's, what was I saying, um old data that's being inserted in your mind, or whether it's like, um holy shit. Okay, guys, I'm not going to cut this. Of course not, because I'm being authentic. I don't care. Y'all are gonna appreciate this information regardless. But like, of course it's going to try and challenge you. Okay. Of course it's going to try and challenge you, or showing it into your mind or in the actual physical reality through past behaviors. It's like, see, but this person is saying this and that, but you're still fine. Like, this is what we're used to. Are you sure that you don't want this? Are you sure? And it's going to keep on showing up like that, or through your bank account, through your money. It's like, okay, listen, nothing is happening. Are you fucking sure that we're literally fucking sinking? We're almost about to suffocate here. We're like in the middle of the ocean because we trusted you, more not even trusted you, but because you were fucking convinced that this is what's going to happen, or you were determined to see it through and have blind faith into this. We're in the middle of the fucking ocean. We are about to lose the oxygen. Are you sure that we're going to make it up alive, or are you sure that this thing is going to happen at this specific time, that like you're saying it is, that is going to make us get through this alive and safe? It's going to challenge you no matter what, because why not? You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you fight for your own project? Wouldn't you fight for things that you've worked so hard for to build and are efficient? Of course you would. It's normal. But it doesn't mean that you have to take it, because remember, you are still in charge. And at the end of the day, your ego is going to have to comply at some point. But your ego doesn't really give a shit, in a sense that you have your work ethics. You're like, I don't want to get fired. I need the money still. I'm just going to do my job. Like, whatever, screw it. Your ego's not going to do that. Your ego's like a relentless ass toddler that's throwing tantrums left and right because it isn't getting its way. It's a survival mechanism. It's what's helped you so much. So like, your ego mind is not gonna give up that easily because it has work ethics. Your ego mind doesn't give a rat's ass about work ethics. It gives a fuck about your safety and your survival. So when you're trying to manifest, and when you're trying to change your identity and change the way that you perceive reality, you're gonna have to have a very big sack of balls to stand up. And you're going to find it challenging, because you're going to notice the split between, oh, I want to believe this, but this bitch that's been telling me the same thing over and over and over again keeps on reminding me over and over and over and over again, and asking me over and over and over again, and crying and bitching. I like literally instinctually, I just want to fucking give in, because I'm tired of hearing that shit and the bitching and huffing and puffing in my head. I'm fucking tired of that. It's normal. And it's going to do that for a while. But you know what happens, even when you're trying to teach a toddler or a kid to like have some emotional regulation and shit, in those moments the toddler is trying to get your attention. This is where I was going with that. It's trying to get your attention, right? And any attention is good. It doesn't matter if it's negative attention, like shut the fuck up, or I see you, or I don't want this to happen. Like, I'm ignoring this, I'm sliding through the circumstances. I'm like, I'm pretending not to see them, but I know that they're there. I know that they're there, but I'm pretending not to see them. Any type of attention, whether it's positive and going there, soothing it, is like, it's okay, whatever, let's just rub the massage the ego a little bit, let's do some emotional regulation, nervous system regulation, which is fine. Of course you can do it to make your journey easier, but do you need it to manifest? Absolutely fucking not. You don't need emotional regulation. You don't need anything. Why are you placing even more reasons why you don't have your manifestation, even more fucking work to do? Like, no, you don't need it. Is it good? Sure. If you really feel like in specific moments you want to do it, do it. I did it. I did every single little thing. I did techniques. I did a bunch of shit. And I'm teaching you from what I understand and what I went through in my journey. So you can do whatever you want. It's your world. You make the rules. But again, you don't need any of these things. You just need yourself and your faith, and seeing things through, and knowing that this shit works, because it does. So it's like, it when you ignore it, it's gonna quiet down. It's gonna be like, okay, I'm not getting any attention, so I guess I just gotta shut up and stop doing this. It might be hard to ignore, like it is for parents and moms and people around. Like, when you hear a fucking toddler screaming up the top of their lungs and crying, you have the reaction of either soothing them, if you have a good relationship with the kiddo, or if you really don't like kids, whatever. Like, there's people out there You know what I'm saying? If you really don't like kids, some people are like, "Oh my god, can you shut up? Like you're dysregulated yourself. It's too much noise. You're overwhelmed by the noise and the sensations, everything you're hearing. You may snap and yell, and it's like it's harder to ignore, especially if it goes on and on and on and on for a long time and doesn't stop. So the same thing it is with your ego and your mind, and what it's built is going to try to get your attention, but it's important not to give it, because again, attention is your most important currency, and what you spend and choose to invest your attention on is what you're going to get more of. Attention is like feeding, it's like investing money, and it's like betting your every time that you spend your attention on a specific thought pattern. Because like, okay, you had a bad thought, you interacted with it, but you snap back out of it. It's like it doesn't fucking matter. But it's like repeatedly imagine repeatedly putting a coin for every time that you thought a specific thing, or accepted a specific result, accepted a specific outcome, accepted a specific reality, and said, "Yep, this is it. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what works for me. Exactly what is happening in my reality. I accepted." Whether you understood that you said that or did that or not, but imagine that you have little coins for or tokens of attention, and you're placing it on specific um ideas or perceptions of your desire. If you really look back at it, and I mean, even in the moments where you're not consciously choosing to see it a specific way, which by the way, you should be doing every single moment that you're aware of your desire, is like thinking about it in your favor, that it's working out for you, whatever you do, until it becomes automatic, just like the other things. But you should look at your general perception, your general view on your specific desires, and see how many tokens you put for this shit isn't working. It's fucking the worst. This person said this person said that, but I don't have the money, but this is not working, but manifestation doesn't work, but whatever, but over and over and over again, explanations after explanations. Look at how much money you invest into that versus thinking in your favor, thinking favorable thoughts that support your outcome, support your desire, support your identity. What's happening there? You're whatever you focus on, you're forcing and asking for more of without asking. You're saying, "Yep, this works for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want more of this." Your ego is going to be happily making it known to you. And even when you react to things or shit throws you off just because something is being shown to you, it's the same thing. It's like you have to be mindful of what you spend and invest your attention in. You have to be mindful of what gets your attention. You have to be mindful of what you stop and invest actually your attention on, because the same with social media, you choose which posts to stop on and read and interact with and read comments or whatever, versus the post that you just scroll by because you're not interested. It's the same thing with your thoughts, with the way that you view desires, with your perception of reality, with your perception of your desires, with your perception of yourself. It's the same fucking thing. And this is not to point fingers at you or like, "Oh my God, it's your fault if nothing has changed." I don't care how long you've been at this, because time doesn't exist. So who cares? I don't care. I'm not gonna be the type of person, "Oh, if you don't have it in 3 months, you're doing something wrong because manifestation is instant and it happens fast." No, I don't care. This is a learning and process. It's a learning journey. It's an individual journey, and for some people it may take longer than others. I don't care. Don't compare yourself ever. Ever, ever, ever compare yourself. Time is an illusion. It doesn't even exist. So why the fuck would I care about that? What I care about is what you assume about yourself and how you view your reality and how you perceive your reality moment by moment. Can you sustain that? Can you be aware and mindful of where you invest in your attention into? Can you get through the challenges, then the tantrums that you're 3D and 3D but it's a reflection of your ego that it's still in there somewhere and hasn't gotten on your side yet. It's still skeptical a little bit, still too logical. Can you get past those and ignore them with success? And if you can't, okay, how long can you do that for? You're going to push your own limits. You're going to push your own perception. And at some point, you're going to get better and better and better at it. That's what I care about. When I work with people, when I talk to people, when I explain things to people, I don't care about things. It shit happens. But I know that this works, and I just want you to understand how to do specific things. And it's just because you need to understand why reality is the way that it is, why things work the way that they work, so that you can set yourself up for success, because the success is guaranteed. The success is guaranteed. Your desires are guaranteed to be yours. They're already yours in a different timeline, in a parallel universe, whatever if like you want to call it. That to you're just aligning with that identity. But it needs the same level of precision, not necessarily precision, but like persistent to be able to do that over time. It's not like actual time, but just like moment by moment by moment, you decide and you decide again and you decide again. It's not like going back and forth on your decision. Is just like making the statement with conviction, or even just making the statement in general to assert dominance and to trust that that statement is enough. and and that you're going to build that over time. Again, not actual time, but just like through the persistence, through showing up, through feeding it your attention. It's like water for plants, for things that you're growing. It's like you can't go and give your plant fucking coke, or give your plant a drop of water that you're trying to grow and nurture that plant, right? You have actual plant on the left and weeds on the right. And every time that you entertain, time after time after time after time, that you entertain the weeds versus paying attention, attending to the plant that you want to grow, you're growing the weeds, and the weeds are going to infiltrate and probably either steal the nutrients for your actual plant that you want to grow, and you're going to either have to replant it, or pick and choose and pull the weeds away and rehome the plant, or save it, or put in more effort. When you actually focus your attention and put in water, right? Pour water on the plant that you want to grow, and you take care of the weeds with pesticides, or other solutions that are made specifically for that. You're smart about it. You know exactly how this works. You have the strategy. You know what to do and how to address these things. You know the not techniques in that sense, but like how this game works. You know what you need to do. Or you either pull them, if that's easier, just pull them, or just like you make sure that long term those pests aren't gonna come back for a while, or for ever. You just make sure, and you keep on watering your plant, the one that you want to water. But even when you're gardening, you may not understand that in the beginning. It's a learning process. So be open to the information, but also validate it through yourself. Does this shit resonate? Is this an absolute truth? Because fucking hell, I just hate people. You will not get your manifestation if you don't do this, and that. This is never going to happen. You must do this. You have to do that. You have to see it a specific way. Those are, I may make those statements in a sense of, from my own perception. That's my own perception. That's my own probably limitation, the way that I view it. You need to challenge it. If that shit doesn't sit right with you, challenge it. I don't care. You don't have to take everything that I say. You can challenge it and process it in your own way. But it's like the have to's that are like very obvious, where if you can only get this if you affirm, you can only get this if you do this, the only method that works is this. The stupid ass debate that's going on versus affirmations versus fucking states. Like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever seen, because it's a waste of fucking time, and everything that you say works will work for you. Like, really, We're wasting time on stupid shit to prove a point and to get some validation from people that think like you. Wow, I don't give a fucking rat's ass about the validation and seeing what in which works better. It's whatever works for me. It's whatever the fuck I say is going to happen in whatever way. And I'm not concerned about the how. I'm not concerned about all the absolutist stupid shit that y'all are spewing. I really don't care. I don't have time for that. But rant over. Rant over. You need to make sure and pay attention to what you invest your energy into, because you need to you I want you to invest it into what works for you, into what you want to grow, not into what you don't actually want, because your treaty, your ego mind is going to try to get to you. You don't have to let it though. You have to stand your fuck on business and say, no, this is what we're doing. I've decided, I've made the decision that this is how it's going to go. This is how it's going to be. Get on board. It might say in protest in the beginning. It's going to make it quote unquote worse, like by showing you shit, in amplifying it, making you aware that nothing is happening. Oh my god, you have this deadline, nothing has changed, you crisis, emergency. And something that's easy to get your attention. It's like, oh my fucking god, this is an emergency, something is being threatened, you're going to pay attention to that. But like you need to understand that, no, you said what you said and you stand on fucking business. Like, you're not going back and forth on this. Refuse it, starve it of your attention. It's going to eventually die. It's going to eventually die, and not literally die, just like not pester you as much. It's going to stop. But don't give into it. Okay? You got this. That's all I wanted to share today. I hope that this helped you guys. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this. And if you want to work with me, just shoot me a DM on any of my social media platforms that are going to be in the description below. Thank you so much for listening.